let's be clear, under the Biden-Harris administration, illegal encounters at the southern border were at a 20-year high. Under President Trump, they were at a 40-year low. That bill that Harris refers to in the clip, that was the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, which would have provided a path of citizenship for 11 million illegal migrants living in the United States. The Senate bill failed this year. Okay, the Biden-Harris administration opened the border at the beginning of 2021. So when Joe Biden walked into the Oval Office, Jonathan, he overturned all of Trump's border policy. So it's very hard for her to always go, and it's hard to believe for her to go to the Senate bill when the Senate bill failed this year, 2024, and she opened the border in 2021. So what about those 3 years prior?
Right, and that garbled answer, I think, was trying to, give a misimpression that they were doing stuff before. But the funny thing is, it goes back before 2021. It goes back to the 2020 election that they basically said deportations aren't, they always use these words, aren't who we are. And they basically stopped deportations right away, remain in Mexico. And that bill she was talking about, the 2021 bill, that was an amnesty bill. They always talk about comprehensive immigration reform, which is a euphemism, which they're fond of euphemisms in this space, which is, comprehensive immigration reform means amnesty for everyone that broke our law, everyone that falsely claimed asylum. They want to make them citizens and make them citizens as quickly as possible to get them to the ballot box.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty extraordinary that we're seeing the impact of this border. The Heritage Foundation is warning that the Venezuelan gang, the violent gang Tren De Aragua, is expanding across the country like a, quote, slow-growing cancer, saying that they will impact Americans for decades. This report quotes former Customs and Border Protection Acting Commissioner Mark Morgan, who says, quote, although MS-13 remains at the top of the list of the 50-plus different gangs from across the globe attempting to illegally enter our borders, the Biden-Harris administration has intentionally provided the pathway for what could become MS-13 2.0. That's scary stuff, Caroline.
It's terrifying. And remember, Democrats gave Trump so much grief when he said that these Central American countries are exporting their criminals. They're people from insane asylums. They said, oh, that's xenophobic, that's fear-mongering. Well, we actually have the data. Between 2021 and 2022, I found this particularly jarring. Violent deaths in Venezuela dropped by a quarter. So that's correlation, but what does that tell you? My guess is that some of their offenders have come to our soil and now are a threat to us, right? And I mean, J.D. Vance, he deserves so much credit for really sticking the line on those Aurora apartment complexes that have been overrun by this new violent gang that could be MS-13 2.0. I mean, one apartment complex in Colorado is too many in terms of, these illegal aliens wreaking havoc.
And remember back then in 2016 when Trump was running for president, he came out and he said all of this. He said they're unloading their prisons, and he was mocked so much by the media. We talked about that on Sunday as well. Watch. And you told us this back in 2015 and 2016, that Venezuela was emptying their prisons and they were coming here, and you were mocked for it. How did you know back then that these Venezuelan gangs were coming to America?
Common sense. It's just common sense. If I'm running Venezuela like their gentleman who's becoming very rich because we're buying oil from Venezuela, you can believe this? We have more liquid gold under our feet than anybody else, and we're buying oil from Venezuela. He's emptying out his prisons, but he's not the only one. It's not Venezuela. It's everyone all over the world.
What do you think, Adam?
A strong border is a good border. Walls work. I mean, how many more years of a Kamala Harris administration and the policies that go with that do we have to experience before we realize enough is enough? People have had it.
I mean, the exchange that you're talking about with J.D. Vance was something with Martha Raddatz actually said, oh, no, it was only a couple of apartment complexes being harassed by Venezuela.
Right, and then he said, listen to what you just said.
That
was only a couple, really.
Yeah.
That's a couple too many.
The low point for the media on that interview was embarrassing.
Well, and remember, Kamala Harris has bragged about prosecuting transnational gangs. She never mentioned this one.
Yeah, Tren De Aragua, very dangerous. We are just getting started this hour. We've got a lot coming up.